Good morning, City Gate. It's quite daunting looking at the telephone, and it's hitting all the self-confidence buttons. Yeah. So, but I like what Clive said, and one of the first things that that has really helped me through a lot of my life is perspective. And I just want to speak on two things today on perspective. And one is that our finances are not our finances. What God has given us, everything we have is from Him, and this is actually such an encouragement because it takes the pressure off us. If we realize that what we have, we just to look after it. So basically, we are said to, like, God will give us finance. Sorry, guys, I am quite nervous. Just to share, I'm speaking on this morning, but yesterday I got I'm speaking on managing God's finances when He looks after us. And so I've saved up a little slush fund that is supposed to carry me through over these last few months. And I got a message yesterday from my supplier, who I've been witnessing to, coincidentally, and she's gone and got herself a Bible and all these things. So I'm treading on very sort of soft ground. And it turns out with the COVID-19 that the exchange rate now, all my stock is ready to come, and it's actually more than it turns out it's more expensive than all the money I've got in all my accounts. So I'm sitting now at the same place where I think what I wanted to speak on, where a lot of us are like, oh shucks, where's this going to come from? And one of the biggest perspectives I can suggest is try and see yourself from I know some of us have come from sort of bad families where we don't understand, where parents have not been able to provide us with the finances. But if we can see ourselves from a perfect family that God has designed, you see yourself as a child looking up at a father. And a father, when a father runs a household, as an example, or a business, he doesn't get the kids involved in stuff that's too much for them. And one of the things that I find is, especially with businessmen, I know a lot of businessmen are struggling, but guys, we are just there to manage his finances. And there's so many ways in which God has given us and shown us how to manage it. And a lot of it, like as Clive, little guy, spoke there, is in Proverbs. You can find everything in Proverbs, because I'm not a businessman. I don't know much about business, but I know how to be honest. I know how to be loyal. I know how to, when God says, look after the oxen in your manger, look after your staff, know where their needs are, know what's happening with their families, know what's happening with their, whether the wife is ended up in hospital. Don't hold back. We just funnels. God doesn't even, He's not interested in money. It's not the bullet it's not the gun that kills, it's the bullet. Money is not the problem. We manage it. But this morning I'm just going to speak on how it's used as a tool for the poor and helping the poor, especially at this time, because I know people that really don't have anything, it's super stressful. And God has really laid this on my heart. And one of the amazing things is when you bring out money, especially in this time, if you use money as a tool, it's incredible how you can evangelize with that. You go to anyone that's desperately in need and you show kindness by opening up your heart and you say, can I give you food or something? They will take you in, and then you can get to their story. You tell them about your life, where you've come from, and this great, amazing Father that has set you free. So guys, it's not our job to worry about God's finances. My boys don't ever come to me and ask me, Dad, how's the finances going in the business? They wouldn't understand a thing. It would only stress them out. Like now, if I say to my boys, as an example, George, I got 10,000 Rand in the account. bill came in yesterday. I need to pay 20,000 rand. I don't know how we're going to pay for the rent and whatever. It'll just stress him out. So guys, how much more the creator of the universe and trying to figure out his ways, which are so much above our ways. I'd just like to say this, when we're managing the finances, I think one of the major things that God does is we hold back helping others in whichever resources we have. And I'm just talking on the thing of finances. If we hold back, he cannot open up. In Luke 6:38, it says, give and it will be given unto you. Let me read that. Give and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, they will pour into your lap. For by your standard of measure, it will be measured to you in return. This measure is not how much money you have. The lady with the talents that Jesus spoke about, with the mites that Jesus spoke about in Luke 21, she had 2 little mites. She wasn't giving from the measure of her finances. She was giving from the measure of her heart. So I really believe at this time, God wants us to really look at that, especially businesses and people that don't have, and just understand that we are so safe with God, and we just funnel whatever He's giving us, and He will continue to bring it in. He'll continue to bring it in. And then just a quick story that Sean likes that I'm going to share. I call it the golden teeth. Is this the right one, Sean, that I'm going to share?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, I'm just reading this. Sorry. Okay, so when I was years ago, probably 14 years ago now, I really had nothing. I was really down and out, and I was living in a digs, and I was managing to pay 800 rand a month just to stay in this digs. And a friend phoned me and he said, listen, there's a flat opening up down the road. You need someone to take it in 2 weeks. Can someone please take it? And I just felt in my heart, God said, you must take that flat. But the flat now, I had to pay 2,100 rand a month for the rent. But I just knew I had to go. I had to extend my tent pegs, you know. And so I moved across to, I said, I'll take it. So I moved across to this flat, and I was there in the first month. And at the beginning of this month, I went to a party, and a friend invited me to a bar, and I went to this party, and the specific girl's house that we were at, the dad was quite a out there guy. And he came down the stairs and he said, Jason, like to meet you. It's great to meet you. I hear you do a bit of jewelry. I said, yes, I'm starting out, you know. And then he said to me, well, he's got something for me. And I said, okay, thank you. And he went upstairs and he came downstairs, and he had a little container, and in the container he had some teeth. It was molars. And in the back of the molars, there was a bit of gold and stuff for fillings and that. And he said to me he was in the 911 attacks, and he had to leave America, and he was getting his teeth done there. So do I want his teeth? So I said, yes, thank you. That'll be great. I'll take the teeth. I didn't want to be rude. So I took the molars. Anyway, and I put them in my pockets, and I went back to my little flat, and I sat there. And that whole month, I had not one bit of business. Nothing came through. And on the first of that month, and then on the first of that month, the first of the following month, I was like, Dad, you've never let me down with finances, never, ever. I can't pay my rent. First month in my new place, I can't pay my rent. And then came the second day, and then I cried out to God. I said, Dad, really, this is now, I don't know what to do now. I can't. And subsequently, just so that you guys know, this is the same flat where I met my wife, who was across the way. So this was from God, that I had to move into this flat. Anyway, and as I was saying it to God, I felt him say, where's the teeth? So I was like, the teeth? Oh, yes, the teeth. So I went and I got the teeth, and I borrowed a car. It was my sister's car, and I went to the refinery in Pound Town, and I gave them the teeth. I said, do you do this? They said, well, Jason, we've never done it before, but we'll have a look. And anyway, I left it, and I came the following day. I phoned, and I said, sorry, Leanne, did you manage to get some gold or anything out the teeth? Can you pay me, or you know? And she said, oh yes, we did actually get a bit out. So I said, oh, that's great. I said, and how much? And she said 2,300 rand. And you see, guys, and God said to me, He said, my boy, I can make money come out of anywhere. I can make money come out of teeth. It's not about the teeth. God can look after us. And we don't have to use conventional ways. God can do anything. So just put your trust in Him and look out for those teeth, and He loves us. And we just got to be obedient.